Hello and welcome to today's episode of HCPTV. We're continuing our theme from last time when we came to you from Walsingham, and I've come on a little journey today down to Westminster Cathedral here in London, where we've started the ball rolling for our preparation for our carol service for 2021. In today's episode, we're going to be taking you on another little journey. We're going to be going to Belgium, we're going to Caldey Island, and we'll also be going to Lourdes, our spiritual home. A few weeks ago, some of the staff from HQ made a journey to Caldey Island. We went to visit the grave of our founder, Brother Michael, to lay a wreath and to pray for the repose of his soul. Michael was a member of the community for many years until ill health meant that he had to leave the community and go and be cared for at Nazareth House in Cardiff. Brother Michael was delighted when HCPT grew into an international pilgrimage going to Lourdes and taking children from all around the world. He was also delighted when in 2015 the group from Belgium was set up. So let's now go and hear from our great friends Ludo and Elaine to tell us a little bit about their group and how it came about.
Hello everyone, and welcome to St. Anthony's Parish in Crynham. We are located about 5 miles due east of the heart of Brussels. And this is where the story of Group 610 as part of HCPT began about a decade ago.
An English parishioner who was returning to the UK happened to mention to Father Pat, our parish priest, that St. Anthony's could benefit from a pilgrimage to Lourdes. This parishioner just happened to be Phil Spark. Group 610 was organized and our first pilgrimage took place in 2013.
From 2015 onwards, we have participated in all the Easter pilgrimages, in differing numbers and in differing age groups. St. Anthony's is an expat parish, so we had participants from all over Africa, the Americas, Asia, all over Europe, and we even had one Belgian on the team. Group 610 has always been part of the central service group, willing to help wherever help was needed. Brother Ben took us in and gave us the best tours of Lourdes you can imagine. We enjoyed working with Group 719 and gradually became acquainted with Group 45 from Plymouth and Group 105 from Cardiff. My first visit to Lourdes was in the summer of 1976, and the place made a lasting impression on me. After that first visit, my family visited Lourdes every year at the beginning of the summer holidays. After almost 2 decades of not going to Lourdes because of work and family, I heard at St. Anthony's that they were organizing a pilgrimage as part of HCPT. At that time, I did not know what HCPT was, but I wanted to return to Lourdes, so I signed up. And one HCPT pilgrimage was enough to convince me I would return as often as possible.
Lourdes is a spiritual place. HCPT has many ways to experience God's love. These include masses, processions, activities, trips, and a lot of singing. It is truly a joyful week.
I went to Lourdes as a helper a couple of times and was then asked to become the deputy group leader. A couple of years later, the group leader decided to return to Lesotho, and I was asked to be the group leader. I didn't feel ready for the task at the time, but no one else stepped up, and I couldn't let Group 610 disappear, so I took on the job. Organizing a group can be quite daunting. However, once the group arrives in Lourdes, it's all worth it. HCPT staff is truly motivated to help us, group leaders, with any issues arising before and during the pilgrimage. What amazes me again every year is that Group 610 starts with people who may not know each other or may not have met each other before, never seen each other before, and a couple of months later, when we return from Lourdes, we are like family. Why do I keep coming back to Lourdes? Well, I see Lourdes as a happy place. Yes, there are people with special needs who need a lot of attention, but the happiness a week in Lourdes brings them is the reason for HCPT. I am grateful for what God has given me, and I know God's love is in the heart of everyone who is part of the pilgrimage.
As for special moments in Lourdes, it's difficult to find just one. The entire week is special. I encourage all helpers to find some quiet time. Go to the Grotto and let Our Lady of Lourdes guide you. She will bring you peace.
Last week, a number of staff and trustees and volunteers made a journey to Lourdes for some business. And we had a meeting with the rector and some of the hoteliers getting ready for our return to Lourdes in 2022. We're now going to have a short message from Father John as he talks to us from across the river with the Grotto and Our Lady in the background.
Good afternoon, everyone, especially friends in HCPT. I'm sure many of you will know where I am, standing across the river from the Grotto, where we have just paid a visit, offered a prayer for you, for our friends back home, and prayed that soon we will be returning here as a whole pilgrimage. I'm here with some of the members of HQ staff and a couple of the trustees to do a little work in Hosanna House, work here in the domain. We've spent a little time with the rector of the shrine, who is looking forward eagerly to our return, as I'm sure are you. So we have offered a prayer for you, and we are preparing to return here in 2022. Hopefully we will see you then, rising, shining, and lighting the place up with God's love. God bless, take care, see you all soon.
We should also mention today special thanks going to Anthony Rouse, who has just completed the London Marathon last Sunday. He raised over £1,300 for Group 7, sort of 170, and for Central Funds. So a great job, well done, Anthony. HCPT every year has a number of guaranteed places in the London Marathon. So if you're interested in running for us, please get in touch with us at HQ and we will fill you in on the procedures and how to apply. So we've come to the end of another episode of HCPTV, and it just remains for me to thank everybody for the contributions today and to ask you all to keep us in your prayers as we begin to prepare for returning to pilgrimage in Lourdes for 2022. Should you want to get in contact with us, you can do it through all the normal ways, and you can follow us on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page and on Instagram, all the social media platforms. With prayers from here in Westminster Cathedral. See you all soon.